Welcome back, everybody, to Axe Pro Tips. Our friends at the Raptors Uprising and Axe have teamed together to help bring you guys this video series talking NBA 2K League with the Raptors Uprising. It's getting incredibly intense. Last week, the Raptors Uprising came out victorious in an incredibly big matchup versus Cavs Gaming score 75-55. Let's quickly kick it to our Axe golden moment of the game. Starts off with Josh getting a very impressive steal, runs the break, finds a corner open, that's Kenny. Kenny kicks it back to the top, and that's Quay wide open for the three. Starts off with good defense, leads to some open and easy offense. Joining me today is gonna be Kenny from the Raptors Uprising and Shane, the manager of the Raptors Uprising. Let's get into it. Kenny, Shane, welcome, guys. So Kenny, your QB vision, your point guard vision was on point throughout the entirety of the game, and it seems like the team has a lot more cohesion. You guys are working well together, and you seem to be the leader of the team. Talk to me a little bit about just building the team, improving on what you guys got, and trying to close out the season well.
Yes, of course, it takes a team effort. The guys make it easy on me by calling out their icons when they're open. They throw ideas and sets they feel like that'll work, and I call it out. We run it, and luckily, it works out for us.
How is the trust on the team? If a teammate calls out their icon and you don't see them yet, maybe they're not in your screen because you're on the 2K cam, do you still kick it to them, or do you wait for visual confirmation before you make that pass?
It also depends. It also depends on what I see. If I see that they're clearly open, I'm gonna hands down hit their icon. But sometimes I may make a different decision and not hit their icon, which they may tell me a couple of plays later, you had me right here, Then I tell them, all right, I got you next time. Just keep calling your icon out for me.
All right. So Shane, the playoff race is getting super interesting. There's a lot of teams in the mix, and you guys seem to be the hottest one of them all. Talk to me about just in terms of how you guys are strategizing going into these last couple games of the 2K League season.
Yeah, we're in the hunt. There's a couple of really hot teams right now. Heat Checker looking good as well. Pacers, they're a game behind, and I think they're a threat to make it in. And then obviously we're kind of log jammed up there with the Celtics and the Wizards. This is it's really coming together to be an exciting finish for the league, which is, I think, great from a fan's perspective. Obviously, we wish that we were in a bit more of a secure spot, and we know we had bunch of heartbreaking overtime losses. Any one of those would have made the difference in terms of our likelihood of making it in. But right now we're controlling what we can control, which is the next two games that we've got. If we win those out, we're in good position to make it in. And every week we're just focused on making sure that we're doing everything we can from a training perspective to get our guys up to speed. The week before, the online matchmaking came out that enabled us to do scrimmages with the other pro teams. We were in Detroit boot camping with the Pistons, and that made a huge difference. I mean, you've seen the lineup we've been running for the last couple of weeks. That was just trial and error. And in fact, on the way there, I said to the guys, we might try something crazy and put use of that shooting guard. And we did, and Detox has been a great player for us all season. He's out right now just because that lineup that we ran was unbeatable.
Kenny, man, you got the 4th ever triple-double in NBA 2K League history. You complete the game. I'm sure you've seen your stats. What's going on in your mind?
It's big, man. Anytime you get a triple-double and you a part of the record books, it's an honor, but I'm just thankful that we came out with the win.
And I think Quay grabbed an offensive board in the last minute of the game, so I was sitting on the edge of my seat wondering if he was going to get that last one he needed.
Yeah, about that board, I told Quay, I was man, just box out for me. Let me get this last rebound. And he boxed out, but he came in skying and he grabbed the rebound, and I'm like, Quay, man, what are you doing? It's what he says. I need one for my double-double. I'm like, Quay, triple-double or double-double.
We gave him a hard time in film.
So Shane, you guys have been switching up the lineups literally every single week. Even on weeks where you win, you might switch it up because you find that something might work better. You haven't been afraid to make any changes. Talk to me going forward over the next couple weeks. Are there any other changes you guys have, or have you found a lineup that you're kind of really solid with that you plan on sticking with moving on for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I don't know for a fact, but I would guess that we've probably shown the most unique lineups of any team. Part of that is because we have such a versatile group of guys. So almost everyone on our team can play multiple positions, and they've proven that. And honestly, when we've made those changes, even after wins, it's not just been at random. There's a game within the game here, which is obviously, understanding the meta, understanding the strengths of the opponent that you're going to play the following week, and then also the strengths of your team. But like I said, the boot camp we did in Detroit really allowed us to run a high volume of games with a bunch of different lineups, and we settled into this identity that seems almost unbeatable for us right now. I mean, even our scrimmage results are over the top good. We're a really tough team with this group of guys on the court, and with this this selection of archetypes, and so I think we're probably going to continue running with it.
Okay.
We don't, I'd say I'd add to that, we don't really have a weakness, right? We're shooting threes like crazy. We're strong in the paint. We can slash. Defensively, we're moving as one unit. I'm not worried about people knowing that this is now our identity or trying to counter-strat them, because I really don't see a weakness in what we're doing.
I like the confidence, Shane.
Hey, shout out Ogie, Coach Ogie, 1 through 5, couldn't be on the show this week. It's his birthday this week. That guy's been one of the first people I reached out to because he was Ottawa-based. When I first got the job with the Raptors, helped us figure out who we were going to draft, and has helped develop the team into the powerhouse that we look like we are today.
Shout out to Ogie, man. I still haven't wished him a happy birthday. I'm gonna do it right after.
Shout out Ogie.
There's only a couple games left in the NBA 2K League season for the Raptors Uprising, and they're cutting it close. They need wins in both of these next 2 weeks to make it into the playoffs. I'm gonna be tuning in for sure. We'll catch you guys in next week's episode of Axe Pro Tips. Until then, I'm out. Peace.
But how well has Toronto played against 5-out teams? And you got Grizz and Heat coming up next. If they can continue to play like they've played here this afternoon in New York City, this could be a team that's playoff bound, but you still got to get the dubs.